What's up, Reject Nation? I'm Greg Alba.
John Humphrey.
Olivia Massir.
We are gonna watch Stranger Things Season 3, Episode 2. Excited to check this out. Go ahead and watch our Episode 1 reaction if you can. Before we go into that, I just wanted to give a reminder, we are only uploading these one day at a time, so if you can go ahead, subscribe, and click that notification bell. That way you can be notified every time one of our vids is out. That would be great. You've heard this whole spiel before, but I'm gonna say it again just in case. Thank you to Eric over at Nerd Chronic for editing these reaction highlights for us. YouTube only allows for 10 minutes maximum worth of reaction footage to be included in here, so our stream along for Stranger Things is all going over at our Patreon page. Over there, we do stream alongs for several shows. That includes Haunting a Hill House, John did all of that, Cobra Kai Season 2, Gotham, and we do other shows that have stream alongs as well as reaction highlights included. And those are My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Attack on Titan, and Supernatural. So go over to our Patreon page as soon as you can. Thanks again to Eric for editing this. He's done work for people like Iman Snow, Akasan, the Movie Trivia Schmodown. He has his own podcast on YouTube, wherever podcasts are found, so give the guy a follow. He's a great dude. Let's get to this finally. I'm still going to the motel. Don't worry, I'll be right there.
What's your emergency? Tethered.
Can't see you today.
Oh no.
Why not? It's my Nana. She took a real turn for the worse.
Oh.
Yeah. We think she might die.
What?
Oh no.
Get off the phone! How many times? Did Nana call? No, Mom, just get off the phone!
Oh, bad.
Do you lie?
What? No. Friends don't lie. What, Mom? My mom's calling me. Better go. Talk to you tomorrow. Miss you already. Bye.
Oh man.
Oh, not okay.
This better be the primary focus of the show. Don't mess around with Jim.
Duty calls.
A small town, yes.
Clean up on aisle 5.
I'll see you at 7. But clean that shit up.
What a jerk.
But there's no coincidences in Stranger Things.
Oh, magnets. Lots of magnets.
Oh yeah, all the magnets don't
Yeah.
work anymore.
Tom, I really hate to ask this, but do you think one of the other girls could run and grab lunch today? I've been having some girl problems.
Men could not handle women in the 80s.
I just had a conversation with her.
Is he here?
Is who here?
Henderson.
Yeah.
So last night, I was trying to get in contact with Susie. Oh. And
Just speak louder.
I intercepted a secret Russian communication.
Jeez, shh. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you said.
Hi. Hi? Can we talk?
11's hormone.
And then he said he missed me, and then he just hung up. He's a piece of shit. What?
Yes!
Jack shit to do today. This Nana obviously isn't sick. I guarantee you, him and Lucas are playing Atari right now. But friends don't lie. Yeah, well, boyfriends lie.
Yes, girl.
Yes, girl.
Yes,
Yes,
girl.
girl.
Yes, girl.
You're in deep shit.
You're going to stop calling him. As far as you're concerned, he doesn't exist.
Yes.
He doesn't exist.
Max has dumped me 5 times.
Huh?
Have I despaired? No. Hey, guys. I'm still here.
Aww. He's alone again.
Guys.
I really like how all the non-supernatural stuff is so engaging.
I know.
It's magic.
I have a family. And I can't do anything that will hurt them. You can understand that, right? But I shouldn't have said that.
Whoa!
Actually, I can hear everything. You are both extremely. You think you have evil Russians plotting against our country on tape, and you're trying to translate, but you haven't figured out a single word because you didn't realize the Russians use an entirely different alphabet than we do. I'm fluent in 4 languages, you know.
Russian?
Uye arye umbade.
Holy shit.
That was pig Latin thing.
I was gonna say it sounded
I love her.
I've been in the band for 12 years. My ears are little geniuses.
This way.
Oh no. Should I look away?
What would it be?
Diseased dead rats?
Oh, yeah.
Kinda don't want to see that.
Over there. Oh, yes, I forgot to mention. Come on over here.
Oh, there's this
I got
beast.
400 rats.
I caught one of the little bastards.
Oh my.
Yeah. Ooh, here he is.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Thanks for coming by.
No, that's not me, Jim. That's just good old-fashioned American capitalism.
Well, I think that they're just exercising a good old-fashioned American right to protest.
I agree.
Yeah.
If they had a permit. Because at the end of the day, that's all the voters will remember. But I can't think, much less plan, with all that racket going on out there.
Ooh.
So, if you don't mind,
He's really having fun with this role.
please, just do your job. Flash your little gold badge and get rid of them.
Got a lot of
America. We should go to the mall tonight.
and hang around all the teenagers.
Yeah.
You've never been
Good
The
luck.
glory days.
How do I know what I like? You just try things on until you find something that feels like you.
Does it spark joy?
Like
Yes,
me.
Marie Kondo.
Yeah. Not Hopper. Not Mike. You.
Find yourself, girl.
There's only 5 library books at a time.
Mind baloney.
Yep.
Yay.
Spires.
Look away.
Ooh.
Oh, he's
Oh.
gonna grow legs or something.
I have a lead.
No, poor rat's dying. What the hell is happening? Oh, whoa. Oh, shit.
Oh, ew.
It's traveling, dude. Ugh.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh! I hope it kills all of them.
Oh, dude. I feel sorry for him. What the fuck is happening?
Take me to him.
Oh.
I said, are you hurt? What's going on? I heard screaming. Should I call an ambulance?
Get away. Oh, did it actually hurt her?
Think so.
I still react that way at this age.
Damn, 11.
Damn. Nice outfit.
Should have gone with the
You
suspenders.
can't say that.
Well, no, I'm not saying like, look at it. She's super hot or something.
Well, you are now,
Wow,
John.
like,
You're a
it's
pervert.
a nice outfit.
You're a pervert. Why do they have a lot of money or something?
I was gonna say.
Make it explode.
Make her head explode.
Make it explode. Yes.
Are you don't have to be here? Okay.
Richard,
My man.
isn't this a nice
Am I your pet?
What? No.
Why do you treat me like garbage?
What?
Yes,
You
go.
said I was sick.
She is. She is. She is sick. Yeah, she's sick. She's sick.
Oh,
She's
no,
super sick. That's
no.
I dump your ass.
Ooh!
Whoa.
We're only 2 episodes in and they've
He
broken up.
deserved it.
It's gonna be awkward when Max and Lucas still gotta be together.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of color for you, Chief. It's cutting edge stuff, right? It's cutting edge.
So glad that cop gets to be in here. Since he's no longer in the Marvel Netflix shows.
I'm glad you wanted a bottle of red as well.
In here, she's not.
How's your Chianti?
Chianti.
Chianti is quite good.
Chianti.
Medium-bodied with just a hint of cherry.
Great.
Oh, she's not gonna show.
She's looking at magnets.
How do they work?
Oh, poor Hopper. No.
Everyone's getting stood up this season. And he looks so suave.
You can't see it, but it's there, I assure you. Our very own Clark Byers electromagnetic field. Pretty neato, huh?
Yeah.
In order to reach your house in downtown, gosh, that would take billions of volts of electricity and cost tens of millions of dollars.
And it would need Russians to operate it.
Russians.
We cured polio in '53.
Listen, just for kicks, let's entertain the possibility that it is a secret Russian transmission. What do you think they were going to say? Fire the warhead at noon?
Correct.
Translation is correct. I know that for sure. Need help getting off those TV?
Shh, would you two just shut up and listen?
It's a song. And
Yep.
The music
Steve contributed.
They're under the mall.
didn't come from Russia. It came from here.
Screwing with the election. Oh,
Hellboy.
I'll do anything I want. I'm the chief of police.
Whoa. Oh. Is he rushing it?
Don't be afraid. It'll be over, son.
Ugh.
Just stay very still.
What the fuck? Oh.
Why is it always gotta,
Cliffhanger.
why is it I gotta kill girls? No, what men won't do. Get those women.
So sick of this SJW crap. Pretty great season so far, guys. Olivia, what do you think of the episode? What'd you like?
Once again, really enjoyed the tone of this episode. I love the human theme. Like I said, I am like the first episode. I prefer the focusing on the relationships and building up to the supernatural elements. We're just throwing it in our faces, which I felt like last season had a lot of, and you just get the subtle elements of the supernatural in this season, which is really nice. Billy, you're kind of starting to feel for him. You're starting to feel bad for him. You can see that struggle within him when he tells that one woman, you know, stay away from me, when he has that flash of killing her. He does it to kind of protect her. So you can kind of see that internal struggle. I like those overall themes of that internal struggle with him. You get to see Eleven coming into her own, not being who Hopper wants her to be or who Mike wants her to be, but really learning who she is, and she gets that girl bonding time too. So yeah, I really thought this was a great episode.
They're kind of giving some of that treatment to Nancy as well, you know, having that juxtaposition of being female journalist at a time like this. I know it could still be a issue in the workplace today, but you know, especially before the times of 2010s. I've been liking Nancy's portrayal. I didn't really care for Nancy and Jonathan that much in the last season. Jonathan seems to really be so much more of a, it's only been 2 episodes, but he seems so much more of a co-star and less of a supporting star just within these 2 episodes alone. By now, I felt like we probably would have gotten more attention put on him.
Yeah.
I don't know if this has to do with the controversial real life stuff he encountered, where they even thought he might not be able to be in Stranger Things season 3. Caught at the airport with drugs, right?
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Cocaine. Kind of looks like
Kind of
it.
looks like him and his real life girlfriend kind of do, but
Looks a little rough.
I feel like they've kind of taken him a lot more of a backseat, but who knows? He'll probably get more time to shine because he got so much to do in season 1. He got plenty to do in 2, and then here I'm like, I kind of forget you even existed in this show.
Well, in season 3, it seems like he's not part of 2 plot lines anymore. He's only part of 1. So
Yeah.
it's like wherever Nancy goes, so goes Jonathan. He doesn't really have the whole bonding with Will now that Will's back thing anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of fueled the heart of his character for me in the second season. I do hope that he gets something to do other than gawk at extremely strange things.
Seems like he's here to mainly support Nancy's character in this journey, which is fine.
Yeah. There's
is
nothing
fine.
wrong with the male supporting a female.
There's nothing, and also,
Okay.
and also spreading around the focus between different characters. Because again, to having binged this all in one like rapid succession, I can really feel the kind of unfolding of all these storylines, and so a lot of it actually makes some good sense to me. And I like even with Billy, you know, I think that because he's such a dick in season 2, and he's still kind of a dick in like the first episode, he tries to persuade Nancy's mom to cheat, you know, with him, and now we're getting into a moment with him where he really doesn't know what's going on with himself. I thought those sequences where he's kind of losing it at the pool were really effective. It seems like he's headed down a very sinister path, but I'm hoping that this path can again broaden him as a character, but also just the pairings they have too. I thought it was really fun to get Max and Eleven together. I really like the relationship that has grown between Steve and Dustin out of season 2 into this.
It's probably my favorite dynamic out of it all.
It's great.
Yeah, and I like that each season thus far, the dynamic of the group changes. Every single pocket of the ensemble goes through conflict, and different members scatter. And so now it seems like you have Lucas, Will, and Mike together. Dustin's off on his own side quest, and things are kind of shaken up with Eleven. So there's just a lot, you know, that makes me excited to see where it's going to land.
And Steve, is that his sister who he works with? That's the vibe I get.
No.
I don't
But that's his sister?
I felt like that's his sister.
Absolutely not. I think that's going to be a romantic interest further down the
Is
line.
it?
Could be.
I feel like that's
know.
definitely a romantic interest further down the line. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really get romantic interest, so I'm like, are they related
Not
or something?
yet, but as she gets pulled into the craziness,
I
perhaps.
definitely got when she was like, they were joking around in the beginning. I was like, oh, this is his new romantic interest.
Oh, I thought they were like related or something. It's just
Well,
the vibe I got
And
from
the way the show has let certain things unfold, I think I could see that happening, because like I actually kind of like the way they handled the messiness of the triangle that was Nancy, Jonathan, and Steve. Now I could see it being like, yeah, at first, at the outset, I don't really think they have romantic chemistry at the moment because they're not suggesting it to me, but I think they definitely have chemistry as characters. Again, as Steve got cooler, the further he got pulled into the craziness of Hawkins, you know, I could also see that for her maybe.
Yeah, I like her character. I think she's a good character.
Yeah, they do a good job on their new characters. I'm loving how the show is really excelling at making me forget about supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you tune in for that. That's the big, exciting, thrilling, gripping, you know, oh my God moments. When you're just invested in some of like the fun and games and then some just real life drama, this whole thing with Mike and Eleven instantly breaking up so fast, man. But you know, you're teenagers, the way the decision making is going, and Mike lying. They haven't really made Mike out to be a super likable guy these past couple episodes. He's just been very sneaky and rebellious. He's trying to do the right thing, but doesn't really know how to do the right thing. I guess I can actually sort of relate to that department because he's lying because he feels like he has to lie because Hopper was threatening him.
But even then, I felt like he was incredibly rude to Hopper. I was like,
Yeah,
was,
I was like,
he was.
I'm like, your character's like really a shithead.
But
this
that's
season.
part of why I like the dichotomy of them, because his relationship with Hopper is more than just you're the dad of the girl I'm dating. They
Yeah.
have all this history before Hopper officially adopted Eleven. They had this whole other kind of dynamic
Yeah.
and relationship. So I can actually see why Mike wouldn't treat him with the level of respect that you would normally do with the father of a daughter.
Because they go back.
They go way back, and it's such a complicated dynamic already. So it make sense to me. But I think they're doing a really good job of fleshing all this out so far. Mike and Eleven are going to get back together, right? They got it. But my point with that is it's so funny to watch all this stuff happen. And then even the things with Hopper trying to woo Joyce, I'm liking the way that's playing out because he's being direct about it. He's being straightforward. I mean, even though he said it's not a date, that's such a line to do. She knows what he's trying to do. Yeah. I like that he's really trying this season around, because the last couple seasons it was so obvious he's into her, but he doesn't do much about it. And here he's right off the bat, he's really trying. I'm wondering if like these layers of over drinking, just alcoholism, that's pretty much what he's got going on. If that's really going to come into play a little bit more for his his personal journey. I know it's a part of kind of what makes him charming. But feel what's funny thing about movies and shows is sometimes you can make the drunk like the really charming character, but really it's like, no, he actually has a struggle with alcoholism that's going on. The way he's behaving at the restaurant and even walking out going, I'm the chief of police, I can do whatever I want. I'm wondering if these personal journeys are gonna come into play. Why I'm emphasizing so much their personal journeys is because it seems like whatever the supernatural incident, when we get more answers and we're starting to see that more unfold, I'm loving how the first 2 episodes have spent so much time honing in on how that will be an external journey that will probably help them overcome whatever personal inner conflicts they're currently having. And that's what I think the writing is doing such a good job on doing, on keeping it fast-paced, entertaining, some really gripping stuff.
It's so personal.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Still in a way that doesn't feel cloying or feel trite. It's like I actually care about the characters, and I actually care about following up with them, whether or not there's any supernatural
exactly
stuff.
And I'm not finding myself getting impatient going, when's this shit gonna really start picking up steam? Because when it happens, it's still very mysterious and gripping. Doesn't feel repetitive, but an expansion upon what we've all learned about the Upside Down world so far. But anyway, we can just watch episode 3. Let's get to it. Before we wrap that up, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. Check us out on Patreon. We got all them goodies over there. I wanted to wrap this up. I said this last video. I put out a post on our Patreon page for those who are pledged for the shout reward tier. Say, if you're watching Stranger Things Season 3, be put in the lineup to get a shout out in one of the 8 episodes. First 8 people who either hit the like button or comment something. And the second person is a very, very new patron, only been pledged at the time of filming this, less than 24 hours. I sent him a couple messages because, I like to give my really personal shout outs. Harmandeep Singh, I think that's how you pronounce his name. It's flashed up here on screen. Now, he hasn't replied to anything I've said. He replied to the post, but he hasn't replied to anything I've said.
Ignore.
So in true good old-fashioned Greg Alba style, looked up your name, buddy.
Ooh. Oh, no.
And here's what it means. Huge
means yellow dollar bills.
Your name, Harmandeep, has given you a desire for self-expression and for positions that allow contact with people free from restrictions and monotony.
Damn.
If that was true, you would have replied to me.
Yeah, I guess you're not doing so well with the name meaning.
You're not living up to it. I'm being vigilant and watchful. I saw you pledged, I messaged you, and yet you're not getting back to me. You gotta live up to your name. And your last name, it's a lot of things like lion and hero and eminent person.
Oh, wow. That's pretty great.
Well, Harmandeep, I just wanted to say thank you for pledging. Even if you don't happen to watch this episode, I'm glad that you kept your card on file, and hopefully you don't ever read my messages and we don't ever have to actually have long exchanges back and forth.
Just keep donating.
And that you just forget that you're pledged to our page until a year goes by. Before you know it, there's nothing you can do to get a refund. See what happens when you don't reply. I say stupid shit. See you guys.